Do not love half-lovers. Do not entertain half-friends. Do not indulge in works of the half-talented. Do not live half a life. And do not die a half-death. If you choose silence, then be silent. When you speak, do so until you are finished. Do not silence yourself to say something. And do not speak to be silent. If you accept, then express it bluntly. Do not mask it. If you refuse, then be clear about it. For an ambiguous refusal is but a weak acceptance. Do not accept half a solution. Do not believe half-truths. Do not dream half a dream. Do not fantasize about half-hopes. Half a drink will not quench your thirst. Half a meal will not satiate your hunger. Half the way will get you nowhere. Half an idea will bear you no results. Your other half is not the one you love. It is you in another time yet in the same space. It is you when you are not. Half a life is a life you didn't live. A word you have not said. A smile you postponed. A love you have not had. A friendship you did not know. To reach and not arrive. Work and not work. Attend only to be absent. What makes you a stranger to them closest to you? And they strangers to you. The half is a mere moment of inability. But you are able, for you are not half a being. You are a whole that exists to live a life. Not half a life. You talk when you cease to be at peace with your thoughts. Out of suffering have emerged the strongest souls, the most massive characters are seared with scars. One day you will ask me which is more important, my life or yours. I will say mine, and you will walk away not knowing that you are my life. If you love somebody, let them go, for if they return, they were always yours. If they don't, they never were. We are all like the bright moon, we still have our darker side. No human relation gives one possession in another, every two souls are absolutely different. In friendship or in love, the two side by side raise hands together to find what one cannot reach alone. It takes a minute to have a crush on someone, an hour to like someone, and a day to love someone, but it takes a lifetime to forget someone. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give. Generosity is giving more than you can, and pride is taking less than you need. You may forget with whom you laughed, but you will never forget with whom you wept. To understand the heart and mind of a person, look not at what he has already achieved, but at what he aspires to. Love knows not its own depth until the hour of separation. The appearance of things changes according to the emotions, and thus we see magic and beauty in them, while the magic and beauty are really in ourselves. Your living is determined not so much by what life brings to you as by the attitude you bring to life, not so much by what happens to you as by the way your mind looks at what happens. Trust in dreams, for in them is the hidden gate to eternity. Every man loves two women, the one is the creation of his imagination and the other is not yet born. We choose our joys and sorrows long before we experience them. The optimist sees the rose and not its thorns, the pessimist stares at the thorns, oblivious of the rose. We are limited, not by our abilities, but by our vision. How beautiful to find a heart that loves you, without asking you for anything, but to be okay. If I accept the sunshine and warmth, then I must also accept the thunder and lightning. Our anxiety does not come from thinking about the future, but from wanting to control it. You may forget with whom you laughed, but you will never forget with whom you wept. When you are sorrowful, look again in your heart, and you shall see that in truth you are weeping for that which has been your delight. When you reach the heart of life you shall find beauty in all things, even in the eyes that are blind to beauty. We are all like the bright moon, we still have our darker side. Passionate love is a quenchless thirst. Happiness is a vine that takes root and grows within the heart, never outside it. The deeper that sorrow carves into your being, the more joy you can contain. You give but little when you give of your possessions. It is when you give of yourself that you truly give.